Hello from Gardening at Douentza here in Ireland, and big surprise today because we're doing an orchid unboxing. This box arrived yesterday, but I waited until today to unbox it with you. It's not been kept here in the cold greenhouse, it's been in the house, but it's a lovely sunny day, so out we go and let's see what I got. Okay, so time to open this box, and it has been absolutely ages since I've had an order of orchids. I did have one, I think, earlier on in the year. Oh no, two, but it certainly feels like absolutely ages. And of course, this is the last chance to get orchids before we go into winter, and tropical orchids can't be posted when the weather is cold, so yeah. Anyway, I have some absolute beauties, which I'm going to show you now. I hope they're beauties anyway. Certainly the flowering plants are absolutely beautiful. Let's see if I manage to get lovely specimens from Schwerter in Germany. Here we go. Now, moment of truth. Oh, not the moment of truth. There's always more tape, isn't there? I see bubble wrap. Okay. And in we go. Okay, well, Schwerter have changed their boxing method since I last ordered from them, which was a while. Oh, look what we have here. Okay. Now, I have to tell you that these 4 orchids I've bought are all cattleyas, and I'm sorry, I really just can't say cattleya. I know it's the correct pronunciation, but it's just doing my head in trying to remember to say it, so I'm just going to stand with that forthwith. Okay, so this first one I'm very excited about because it is one with a fantastic lip. A lip worthy of Douentza, and as we all know, Douentza is the queen of cattleyas when it comes to the fancy lip, but she is really hard to grow. So I have gone for this one instead, and this one is called Keowee. Gosh, there's a lot of packaging, and I will put the name up on the screen, and it is flowering size. Wow. So a small orchid, deep yellow petals, and then the orange spotted lip in any case. And we have a healthy little plant here with a new growth just there, you can see, and green roots. So yeah, it looks healthy enough. Very happy with that. Now the Keowee, or however you pronounce it, I bought once before a long time ago, and it died within a week of me getting it, so there was something wrong with it, and I've never been able to find it again. But it really is a pretty thing with the big fancy lip, and yeah, very, very nice. Okay, let's see what else I got. Will I put it in here? That's a funny place to put it. The foot of my Sparmania tree. Okay, right, so next one up is, oh, this, haha, okay, right. Now I've gone with bright, vibrant colours in this order, as in all orders really, because that really is where my love is. And this is a plant that I've been looking for absolutely ages and could never find. Or when I did find it, I wasn't about to order a lot of orchids. You see, if you order from Germany, you really need to make it worth your while. You need to get more than one because the postage, it's 20 something euros. So yeah, it's always an excuse for buying more orchids, isn't it? Anyway, this one, flowering size. I can tell you, I am just not buying any orchids that aren't flowering size anymore. It's just too much hassle. Okay. Gosh, we're sitting in a sea of paper here. Ooh, I see a sheath. And here we go. So this is my trick or treat, and we actually have a sheath in here. Can you see that? So, oh, wouldn't it be wonderful if that gave rise to a flowering spike? It would be absolutely wonderful. Now this plant has as one of its parent, I think is the seed parent, Epidendrum stamfordianum, which is a beautiful yellow flowered epidendrum and really desirable colouring. And it's one I own, and it's doing really well at the moment, but it has never actually flowered. So hopefully, wouldn't it be great if the parent and the child decided to flower in the same year? It'd be absolutely wonderful. Okay, so here we have another big boy or big girl, and I'm gonna unwrap this. Oops. And here's the label. Okay. Okay. Now that is what I'm talking about. Look at that. Look at that. That is a big baby. Oh my God, it's got an enormous sheath. And a new growth. I'll need to take it out of the cellophane to show you what I'm talking about. But this, okay, right. So this is the golf green hair pig. Now, we all know the golf green hair pig. The golf green hair pig Cattleyas is absolutely amazing. It takes after its Digbyana parent, pollen parent in appearance. So it has a white fluffy beard, absolutely gorgeous. And this hybrid from the parent has really, really large flowers, and anyone who has seen this in real life and loves Cattleyas is going to absolutely have to own it. And when I say have to own it, oops, we have a root attached up there. When I say have to own it, I mean really, really have to own it, because this is fantastic. And so much so that I've had this plant twice before. Now that doesn't sound like a good recommendation, but I will say that originally when it came out you could only get seedlings, and I had a seedling and nursed it for many years and finally discarded it about a week ago when I knew that this one was in the post. And I wish I'd kept it to show you, because this seedling, after so many years of nurturing, was not a fraction of the size of this one. I think maybe one suitable came to up about here, but the back ones had died off, so it really just it wasn't worth it. It wasn't doing well, so that went. And I also had Digbyana, the species, at one stage, and that's gone as well. So yeah, when I saw this flowering size, I mean, my God, how could I resist? Look, it's got 2 new growths. 2. It's got good roots with green tips. There's some dead roots, but look, the sheath. There's a sheath. There's a sheath. And can I see anything in there? We always look inside the sheets to see if we can see any indication that there's a flower coming. And I can't see any darkness in there, to tell the truth, but I do think there's a little bit of swelling down at the base. We'll see. I'm really, really happy with this. This is beautiful. It's sitting in another pot. Oh, look. It's interesting. Now, it's hard to know what I'll do. Should I repot it? I could repot it because it's got the new growths. But there's the sheath. My gosh, if I had a Digbyana flower, I absolutely would not want to jeopardise that in any way by repotting. Oh yeah, one thing I meant to mention, and one thing I noticed this time when purchasing these plants, that the way 3 of the hybrids I've ordered work is that the seed parent is a hybrid and the pollen parent is a species. Now, I wonder, is that the way they hybridize, in that the species parent is going to be more difficult to cultivate, but a hybrid will generally tend to take its characteristics from the seed parent. So do they hybridize in that way, so hoping that the plant will end up being easy to cultivate but have the good looks of the species? I don't know. But anyway, this is absolutely wonderful. And I will be taking all of this sheath off. I can't get over how big the sheath is. Look at it. It's so long. It's like a purpurata or something like that. Fantastic. And you know, looking at this now, I did right to discard my seedling. It wasn't doing well, and I had just so much longer to go in terms of getting it to do anything sensible. So, shall we have a look at the final plant? Ooh. Finally, we have another Cattleyas. Well, and this one, again, a hybrid with gorgeous, gorgeous colours. We're talking orange, we're talking deep, deep orange, contrasted with yellow, which is a fantastic combination as far as I'm concerned. And we're talking, in terms of shape, it's not amazing in terms of shape. And what you will notice with a lot of the hybridized Cattleyas is that one of the first casualties is the petal shape. So if you look at something like Cattleya purpurata, the petals are very tapered and very, very beautiful looking, very, well, like a species looking. Whereas the hybrids, they lose that. They go for the colour, I think, in the hybridization process and end up with something that is the very blobby, like the petals are really quite blobby. And this one, it's more for the colour, I think, rather than the petal shape. But having said all that, you know, blobby petal shape doesn't bother me too much at all. Okay. Okay, this looks like another fine, fine plant. The seed parent of this one is Chunye, which has gone into many, many hybridizations over the years. It's a very old cultivar. And I'm just trying to cut this up. And it has these colours. It has the glorious orange. I'm writing up the name of this plant on the screen. And the Greg's name is that unpronounceable bit there. And the cultivar then is 5. It just says 5. Okay. Right, so here's my plant, and lots of pseudobulbs. We have 2 new growths, healthy new growths coming out here, so it's a good time to repot this. And like the others, it seems to be in pure sphagnum. So that's one of the first things I do after I peel off all these ugly sheets. Sheets are good. I mean, they protect the plant. They're there for a reason, but I just can't stand the look of them, so they're coming off. Now, having a look at this plant. Okay, first thing I noticed was this old sheath here, which hasn't flowered, it's withered. And when a plant is getting mature enough, very often, it will produce 1 year a sheath that doesn't do anything. But if we look around here, there is a sheath that is going to do something. And although I can't, ooh, you see that there? There. So I can't actually see anything in there, but I can see that it is swollen, I believe, at the base. Is it? No, I'm not sure. But it's a promising looking sheath. And that may mean that I'm going to get a flower. And again with the dilemma now, should I repot this and jeopardise what might be a flower, or should I not repot? And I think I'm probably going for repot. That's a nice plant. There's a couple of marks on the leaves there, but I don't think they're anything to worry about. In fact, there's a second sheath that never flowered in there as well. So, yeah, nice plant. And again, put in this second pot here. Okay, all right, I think I'll be doing some repotting this evening. Very pleased with that further orchid haul, and I hope you enjoyed looking at them with me. Now the question for me now is where to put these plants, and I had originally thought to put them on my landing where my grow light is, and I have a lot of other cattleyas there. However, just 2 days ago I noticed I had scale on a couple of the plants up there. Now the plants under that grow light didn't have any scale as far as I was concerned before, and I found it, so I had to treat them, of course. So now I don't want to put these near. Of course they're new plants, so they should have gone into isolation already anyway. There's a whole thing with the isolation. If you have problems with your orchids, then for example, if you have scale like I do, then anything that has had scale or has been treated for scale needs to be together. Okay, and if they're cattleyas, they need good light, so they need a good windowsill or they need a grow light or whatever. And if they're phalaenopsis, well, they need completely different conditions. So you might need about 3 different positions in your house for your plants with scale. And then, oh, woe betide you, what if you get a fungal problem with your plants? So you treat for that, and of course the ones with the fungal problems can't be put with the ones with the scale, because you don't want fungal and scale on all of your plants. So you need to decide where to put them. And of course your cattleyas with fungal problems, they need good light, and your phalaenopsis with fungal problems need less light. So you need 3 different positions in your house for your plants with fungal problems. And then, oh goodness, what else could happen then? Unknown spots of an undetermined source. Well, that's obviously dodgy, and you need to put that somewhere else. And then if they're catty, you get what I'm saying. Yeah, it can be a bit of a problem. Oh, and just before we wrap up this orchid unboxing video, I have received this in the post, and I know exactly what it is, so I'm just going to show you here on camera because it's related to orchids. And this is the magazine of the Orchid Society of Great Britain, their journal, and this is the latest episode. I think this is the October one. November, the November date on it, and I am showing you this very nicely produced glossy magazine with lots and lots of pretty pictures and very erudite articles, and very useful articles too. But what I really wanted to show you this for is because I've had an article published in this magazine, which I'm desperately looking for. Ah, there it is. Okay, right. Okay, so if you can see there, the title is My Windowsill Monsters, which may sound familiar to you because I have published an e-booklet of the same name. So this article is an abridged version of my book, okay, an abridged version of my book, and it has some of the photographs also in the book. Woo, yes, everybody's going to recognise that. And more pages. And just to remind you that well, obviously you can get this abridged version of my article by getting yourself a copy of the journal from the Orchid Society of Great Britain. That's the last page. But you can also purchase my e-booklet from, well, you'll see the link in the description down below. However, I have a special deal on at the moment, and it relates to membership. So if you sign up for membership at the moment, which costs €5 a month, then you get a free copy of my e-booklet, the longer version of this article. And yeah, and that's available at the moment. So do hit the join button and see what you would get if you were to sign up for memberships. Considering that the booklet only costs €5 anyway, it's the same price, a month's membership or the booklet. And with the month's membership you get much more than just the booklet. Okay, that's all, and that brings me to the end of this orchid unboxing video, which I hope you liked, and I hope you will check back for more videos soon. Perhaps I'll pot up those new orchids and make a video about that. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.